Madam Clerk, are we live yet? Okay. Good evening and welcome to the August 11th, 2022 organizational meeting of the new Greensboro City Council. We will begin tonight's meeting with a moment of silence. Thank you. At this time, I would ask you to rise and remain standing as the Greensboro Police Department's Honor Guard presents our national colors. It is the protocol of the Greensboro City Council to place your right hand over your heart at the order to present arms, and we would be honored if you would join us in doing the same. If you would join me in the pledge, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, and please be seated. So for the viewing audience and for the record, I would like to introduce each city council person by name, starting with Nancy Hoffman, Tammy Thurm, Dr. Goldie Wells, Mayor Pro Tem Yvonne Johnson. I am Mayor Nancy Vaughn, Mary Kay Abuzawader, Zach Matheny, Hugh Holston, and Sharon Hightower. And we all welcome you to the chambers this evening for this very exciting event. I am going to call our city clerk, who will be administering the oath of office. I will be the first one to get the oath, and I would like my mother to join me with my two grandchildren, Macy Mancello and Keaton Mancello.
Please place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Nancy Vaughn,
Do solemnly and sincerely swear
solemnly and sincerely swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
and the laws of the United States,
and the laws of the United States,
that I will be faithful
that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to the state of North Carolina
to the state of North Carolina
and to the constitutional powers
and to the Constitution
and authorities which are or may be established for the government thereof,
thereof,
and that I will endeavor to support,
that I will endeavor to support,
maintain, and defend
maintain, and defend
the Constitution and laws of said state, not inconsistent with the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States
to the best of my knowledge and ability,
to the best of
and that I will faithfully
my
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of my office
of my
as the mayor
as the
of the city of Greensboro.
city of Greensboro.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mayor Vaughn.
Thank you. We will now administer the office, and we will start with our districts. And we will start with District 1, Sharon Hightower.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I would like to ask my daughter, Sharonda, to come up, and my campaign supporters and team to come and stand with her and me as I take this oath.
To the center, please. Please place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly and sincerely swear that I will support the Constitution and laws of the United States, that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the state of North Carolina and to the constitutional powers and authorities which are or may be established for the government thereof, that I will endeavor to support, maintain, and defend the Constitution and laws of said state, not inconsistent with the Constitution of the United States, to the best of my knowledge and ability, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of my office as a member of the City Council of the city of Greensboro. So help me God. Congratulations, Councilmember Hightower.
Dr. Wells, District 2.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and I'd like for my pastor, Dr. Herman Platt, to join me.
Okay, if you will place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I go to
Do solemnly and sincerely swear
do solemnly and sincerely swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
and laws of the United States,
and laws of the United States,
that I will be faithful
faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to the state of North Carolina
to State of North Carolina,
and to the constitutional powers
and to the Constitution
and authorities
and authorities
which are or may be established
which are may be established
for the government thereof,
for the government thereof,
that I will endeavor to support,
support,
maintain, and defend
maintain
the Constitution
the Constitution
and laws of said state,
and laws of said state,
not inconsistent with
not inconsistent
the Constitution of the United
with
States,
the Constitution of the United States,
to the best of my knowledge and ability,
to the best of my knowledge,
and that I will faithfully
that I will faithfully
discharge the duties of my office
discharge
as a member of the City Council
as a member of the City Council
for the City of Greensboro.
for the City of
So help me God.
So help.
Congratulations, Council Member Wells.
And now we welcome back a familiar face from District 3, Zach Matheny.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. My first term, my beautiful mother who's in the audience held the Bible for me. And then my beautiful wife and older son. Today, I welcome my beautiful daughter Lily, who's 10, and son William, who's 12.
Please place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name,
I solemnly
do solemnly and sincerely swear
and sincerely swear
that I will support the Constitution
for the Constitution
and laws of the United States, and that I will be faithful
be faithful
and bear true allegiance
to the
to the state of North Carolina
state of North Carolina,
and to the constitutional powers
constitutional
and authorities which are or may be established
power, and the established
for the government thereof, that I will endeavor
effort
to support,
to support,
maintain, and defend
maintain,
the Constitution
and Constitution
and laws of said state, not inconsistent with the Constitution of the United States, to the best of my knowledge and ability, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of my office as a member of the City Council of the City of Greensboro. So help me God. Congratulations, Councilmember Matheny, and welcome back.
Nancy Hoffman, District 4.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm joined by Jenny Peters, incredible young woman who worked diligently on our campaign.
All right, place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name,
I
do solemnly and sincerely swear that I will support the Constitution and laws of the United States, that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the state of North Carolina and to the constitutional powers and authorities which are or may be established for the government thereof, that I will endeavor to support, maintain, and defend the Constitution and laws of said state, not inconsistent with the Constitution of the United States, to the best of my knowledge and ability, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of my office as a member of the City Council of the City of Greensboro. So help me God. Congratulations, Councilmember Hoffman.
And we have Tammy Thurm, District 5.
And I'd like to ask my husband, Kevin, to come up to join me.
Place your left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name,
I, Tammy Thurm,
do solemnly and sincerely swear
do solemnly and sincerely swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
and laws of the United States,
and laws of the United States.
that I will be faithful
I will
and bear true allegiance
bear true allegiance
to the state of North Carolina
to the state of North Carolina
and to the constitutional powers
and to the constitutional powers
and authorities
and authorities
which are or may be established
which are and be established
for the government thereof,
for the government
that I will endeavor
of
to support, maintain, and defend
maintain the
the Constitution
Constitution
and laws of said state,
and laws of said state,
not inconsistent with
not inconsistent with
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
to the best of my knowledge
to the best
and ability, and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
discharge the duties of my office
discharge the duties of my office
as a member of the City Council
as a member of the City Council.
of the City of Greensboro. So help me God. Congratulations, Councilmember Thorne.
Next will be Yvonne Johnson, Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you. Before I go up, I'd like my grandchildren and my campaign manager Bishop Grady and my assistant manager Betty Young Stewart and my two sons, Walter T. Johnson and Vernon Johnson. My daughters are not here. One is in Alabama and one lives in Texas, but I know their spirits are here. For as many times as I have been sworn in, I've asked my grandchildren to come. Because when I was their age, it wasn't in my cognitive map that this was possible. I don't ever want a child in Greensboro not to have in their minds that they can be what they want to be if they work at it. So thank you.
Place your left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name,
I, Yvonne Jeffries Johnson,
do solemnly and sincerely swear
do solemnly
that I will support the Constitution and laws
the Constitution
of the United States, that I will be faithful
that I will be
and bear true allegiance to the state of North Carolina
to the state of North Carolina
and to the constitutional powers
and to the constitutional powers
and authorities
and authorities
which are or may be established
which are made
for the government thereof,
for the government
that I will endeavor to support, maintain, and defend the Constitution and laws of said state, not inconsistent with the Constitution of the United States, to the best of my knowledge and ability, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of my office as a member of the City Council of the City of Greensboro. So help me God. Congratulations, Mayor Pro Tem Johnson.
Yes, and I would like to ask my husband, my children Joey and Michael, my best friend Joe, and all of the others on that road that are here to support me. Come on up.
Please place your left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand, and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Mary Evans,
Do solemnly and sincerely swear that I will support the Constitution
support the Constitution
and laws of the United States,
and laws of the United States,
that I will be faithful
that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to the state of North Carolina
to the state of North Carolina
and to the constitutional powers
and to the constitutional powers
and authorities
and authorities
which are or may be established
which are may be established
for the government thereof,
for the government thereof,
that I will endeavor to support,
that I will endeavor to support,
maintain, and defend
maintain, and defend
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of said state,
of this state,
not inconsistent with
not inconsistent with
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
to the best of my knowledge and ability,
to the best of my knowledge and ability,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
discharge the duties of my office
discharge the duties of my office
as a member of the City Council
as a member of the City Council
for the City of Greensboro.
for the City of Greensboro.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Councilmember Abuzawader.
I think this is a miracle. 4 months ago, I thought there was some problem. She almost died.
Yes, I'd like to have my wife to join me and also my campaign team and supporters who came to support me this evening.
So please place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand. And repeat after me. I state your name.
I
Do solemnly and sincerely swear
solemnly and sincerely swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
and laws of the United States,
and laws
that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to the state of North Carolina,
State of North Carolina,
and to the constitutional powers and authorities which are or may be established for the government thereof, that I will endeavor to support, maintain, and defend the Constitution and laws of said state, not inconsistent with the Constitution of the United States, to the best of my knowledge and ability, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of my office as a member of the City Council of the City of Greensboro. So help me God. Congratulations, Council Member Holston.
Girlfriend.
Pretty dress. Everyone. Mayor Pro Tem, then one.
So we have one piece of business to do this evening, and that is the city council elects a mayor pro tem. And I would like to open the floor.
So Madam Mayor, I would like to nominate, Hugh Roast. No, just joking. I would like to. He's been begging to do that, you know, but I would like to seriously nominate Councilwoman Yvonne Johnson. I think with her many years of service to this community, it is a deserving position for her. She says this is her last term, and certainly we want to honor and respect her as she does serve us for maybe the next 4 years for the last time.
Second.
I think there is, so the motion was by Mrs. Hightower, and I think there was a unanimous second. So all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Everybody appears pretty smart. You know. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so y'all might want to sit down because she needs to get sworn in. You gotta go get sworn in again. And I think we saw at the beginning of the meeting, when she talked about how important it was to see young people in different generations here, why she is absolutely the perfect choice. And she has been a wonderful backup whenever I've needed help on anything. And believe you me, she's kept me out of a lot of trouble.
Repeat after me, please. I state your name.
I, Yvonne Jeffries Jones,
Do solemnly and sincerely swear
solemnly and sincerely swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support
and laws of the United States,
the laws
that I will be faithful
that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
to
to the state of North Carolina
the state
and to the constitutional powers and authorities which are or may be established for the government thereof, that I will endeavor to support,
that I will
maintain, and defend
maintain
the Constitution and laws of said state,
of said state,
not inconsistent with
not inconsistent
the Constitution of the United States,
with the Constitution
to the best of my knowledge and ability,
to the best of my knowledge.
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of my office
Discharge the duties of my
as the mayor pro tempore
office as mayor pro tem
for the city of
for
Greensboro.
the city of
So help me God.
So help
Congratulations, Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you. At this time, we will have council comments. And we will start with Mrs. Hoffman.
Thank you very much, Mayor. I really want to thank special friends who have joined me here this evening. I have learned over a lifetime that we build and define our lives by the things that we say yes to, by the things we say no to, and by the people we surround ourselves with. I also want to thank the voters of District 4 for the confidence that, again, they have shown in me and the extraordinary help and support of countless people during our campaign for reelection. It's truly an honor and great privilege to continue working for you and our city over the next 4 years. I'm looking forward to serving with this council and mayor to do the important work of continuing progress for Greensboro. Management guru Peter Drucker said that leaders who work most effectively never say I. In fact, they don't even think I. They instead think we and team. Our previous council worked together to put a lot of issues on the table, and we effectively created a substantial record of strong achievement. And our challenge as the next council is to build on that base and continue that momentum. For the next 4 years, we must continue thinking we rather than I. City council is a team sport, not an individual sport. We will be at our best when we work together for the common good. Our focus must be on the real work of making Greensboro stronger and better for the citizens who chose us to lead this city. They rightly expect us to make wise, thoughtful, long-term decisions for the general welfare of our entire community. David Axelrod, in his book, Believer, said something that spoke to me quite profoundly. He said, winning an election is a gateway to do meaningful things. It is not a final destination. For the next 4 years on this council, I will continue to try and do meaningful things for the city of Greensboro and this city that we all love and call home. I offer my most grateful thanks to all of you who have given me your friendship, your support, and who have been part of this public service journey with me. Thank you very much.
Mrs. Thurm?
I'll try to do this without tearing up. First of all, I'd like to thank my husband, Kevin, for putting up with me since I first decided to run a number of years ago. I know it hasn't been easy, and I think I underestimated prior to this, the toll that public service takes on family members. And honey, I want to thank you for your love and your support and your dedication to keeping me together over this time. I also want to thank my campaign manager, Drew Skelton, who can't be here tonight, who unknowingly signed on for a 1.5-year project when he thought he was signing on for about 6 months. But I certainly couldn't have done this without his help and his support. Others that I'd like to thank are my kids, my grandkids, my Maj ladies who also aren't here tonight, but I know are with me in spirit. And of course, all the residents of District 5. We've worked together a lot and we've done a lot and we've accomplished a lot. And it wouldn't be the same without the great citizens and neighbors of District 5. So I want to thank them for their support. As others have said, we've done a lot this past term, but there's still a lot of work left to be done. And I look forward to doing it with this team. And here's to the next 4 years, y'all.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Wells?
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and I want to thank you, those who have supported me, for giving me another opportunity to serve as the councilwoman for District 2. When I began the campaign, I said there's still work to be done. I ask you to have faith in me one more time, and you have given me that opportunity. I really have a vision for the district and for our city that's motivated in hope. I envision that District 2 will be an outstanding district where there's workforce housing, where the neighborhoods are free of crime and drug problems, and everyone has access to healthy foods. And I want to explore with this team ways and strategies to solve these problems. So now it's time for the work to begin. And as Councilwoman Hoffman said, it takes a team. We've worked these 4 years together and lots of things have been done to move our city forward. So I'm looking forward to this team and these next 4 years that will bring forth changes. I want to thank my team, especially my campaign manager, Tiffany Rudd. I don't see, I guess she's somewhere doing something right now for me. But I want to thank all of you for your support. And I will do all that I can to make you proud. I want to thank my church family because they volunteered and brought me through. So thanks a lot for the opportunity, and I'm ready to go to work.
Thank you. Mrs. Hightower?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. And it's good to get to say that for the next 4 years.
Thank you.
You know, tonight we all look sharp. We all look good. We got our suits on, we got our makeup on, and we look pretty and we on TV. Okay? But tonight is just a formality night. We work hard. This is a hard job sitting here. It is not just twice a month. It is days that we work in work sessions and we in meetings. And so I'm ready again to roll up my sleeves and do the hard work for District 1, East Greensboro, Southeast Greensboro. And so I'm committed to serving you, making sure we have housing affordability, job opportunities, pay equity, minority business and women inclusion, ensuring that people live a good quality of life. And I always say, to whom much is given, much is required. And I know that I had a good life and I want others to have a good life. And I'm dedicated to ensuring that those who live in this community, and especially in District 1, have the best life ever, that we improve the quality and improve your socioeconomic status so that you can take care of your families and invest in your life. Generational wealth is important for all of us, and to make sure that those things that we have not seen that are fair, become equal, and have equity for each and every one of us who have not had that opportunity. And so I'm here to do that work as a team with my colleagues here. We won't always agree, We will fight, we will argue, but we are passionate. I am strongly dedicated and committed to doing the work of being the councilwoman for District 1. I am proud to be that representative. I love East Greensboro. I love District 1. I love the city. I know we can be the best that we can be. We have miles to go, but we will not be asleep in those miles to make sure that we do transformative things. Tonight, we made some decisions to do transformative things. So this community is going to see some awesome projects. And that is coming from my heart to you, my pledge to you. I also want to thank the people who supported me. I didn't have a campaign manager this go round. I did it myself. I lost my campaign manager in 2017. Nobody could support like she did, but I had great dedicated people that I think I worked to exhaustion. But they stuck by me. And to think about people who worked this campaign season, this election season in July. July is hot, something that we've never done before, and hopefully we'll never do again. We're accustomed to being out there in October, November, but people who are committed to being in 90-degree weather, in heavy rainstorms, and they said, I'm here for you, Sharon, because we believe in you. And that made me feel good, because there are days when you feel so down. You feel like you haven't done your best. You feel like you're letting people down. And they let me know that I have not. But I know that I can do more. We must do more. And that is my commitment and my pledge to District 1, East and Southeast Greensboro, and to each and every one of you. I appreciate my daughter so much. She says, Mama, your life is that job. Well, it is part of my life. She's right. It is. Because if your life is better, my life is better. So, but it doesn't mean, sweetie, that I don't love you at the top of my list. You are at the very top of my list. And all the things that I do, I hope benefit you and my family and my friends. So God bless each and every one of you. And I'm proud to be here for the next 3.5 to 4 years in this capacity. Thank you.
Mr. Matheny, District 3.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I first like to, like all of us, I believe, thank special people in our family. Many of you know my personal situation. In 2018, my wife was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. And one of the first people I called was my mother. And my mom dropped everything she did when she was living out of the county. And she moved to Greensboro to help me take care of my family, my kids, my wife, and of course, still the baby, which is me. And so, you know, in an election that we had where I was the only name on the ballot, she still stood at the polls for me on that Tuesday, asking people to vote for her son. And so, Bob, thank you. I wore this suit when I got married, December 18th, 2009. And so I know my wife is with us here tonight, as she was when she held the Bible for me a couple of times on previous elections. And, you know, I know that Cam is with us, though many of y'all know that he's 21 now. Like, he's no spring chicken. And as we learned in orientation today, neither am I. I use readers these days. To Lily and William, you know, one of the reasons I ran is because I love you. And in order for us to be the best city that we can have, Daddy puts forth every effort and his heart to make sure that we're doing the best we can as a community to build something that you're going to grow up in. And quite frankly, maybe want to come back to and be a part of. And so I love you both. You and Cam are my life. To the community, thank you for having me back. District 3, to almost have 7,000 votes on a July 26th date, when I'm the only name on the ballot at the time, to still get that many votes is so meaningful. And it's humbling to think that people would do that and still support you. Whether it's through your vote, the financial, just showing up, and the support I've gotten off the street. And I'll tell you, I come from a unique perspective this time. The first time I got elected in 2007, I was fortunate to have a wonderful mayor in Yvonne Johnson to teach me some of the ropes. I also sat beside Dr. Goldie Wells, who beat some sense into me at times. And I appreciate that. And I've worked with many of you, Nancy and Mary Kay, and Sharon before. And so I think we've got a great team. Many of the high things that you've seen getting accomplished today, like Boom Supersonic, the Mega Site, the Tanger Center, were things. So the goal is, what are we going to do the next 10 years? And you're going to hear a lot of that from me on strategy and strategically, how can we think to better our community? And so I just want to say that today in orientation, and I don't write notes down. Many of you may know that. And usually I cry. So just y'all have seen that. I wrote one note down on my notepad. And I just showed it to Mary Kay a second ago to show you how we are getting along so far. I wrote down, to whom much is given, much will be required. Luke 12:48. So the fact that Sharon and I are sorting off like this, baby, the sky's the limit. Thank you. You all right, Zach. You all right.
Mr. Holston?
Thank you. This is really incredible. Thank you, Madam Mayor. It's just so much to say, but I have a good friend who back on September 14th, when council voted to have me to fill the position of Michelle Kennedy, he sent me a scripture. It was Isaiah 60:22. When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. Thank you, Doug. That really does mean a lot to me. Additionally, meaning a lot to me is I see Dr. Etta Gravely here in the back of the room. And I wouldn't be here today if it were not for during the campaign terminology for me was H2. Well, in reference to Dr. Gravely, the world's most important compound is really H2O. And the O stands for Olympia, my wife. And I want to recognize her for all the things that she's put up with during this time frame, with the household, with me, with everything that went on with the campaign. Just thank you so very much. I also want to thank our son, Jonathan, and new daughter-in-law, Amber, and also the grand dogs, those who are with us and those who are not, for also working with us during the campaign. I also want to recognize my campaign team, my dream team, who really made this happen, who believed. You know, we talked about believe in Greensboro, and they believed in Greensboro, and they believed in me, and they're the ones that actually are the reason why I'm sitting where I'm sitting today. So I'm very happy to be here. But speaking about sitting here today, you know, September 21st was the day that I first took the oath of the swearing in for City Council. But we all know that we stand on the shoulders of those who came before us. And I have to recognize two individuals who did come before me. The first was Mr. Jimmy Barber, who was elected to City Council in 1969 when there were no districts. So he ran at large throughout the whole city, and he served until 1981. And the second is our very own Yvonne Johnson, who came before me. And so those are my role models as I sit here today, as I work with council, as I work with the city of Greensboro, I work with the residents. I look to them for my inspiration and my motivation. And I thank you so very much. Yvonne, thank you. Let me now say that with this election, there are lots of things that we have to focus on. We've talked about homelessness, we talked about housing, public safety, transportation, economic development. Those are all very important and viable initiatives for us to focus on. And I'm looking forward to working with each and every one of my fellow council members as we do the tough work. You know, sometimes we refer to this as the making of the sausage. And it is, you know, we're here in public and people see as Sharon mentioned, they see us on television and think that this is all that we do, but there's a lot that goes on behind this, and it's a lot about relationships. And we've all been entrusted by the voters of the city of Greensboro with their vote to handle the business of Greensboro. And I'm prepared and I'm ready. I'm supported, I'm energized, but I also remember where I've come from and where I want to go. So I really do thank each and every one of you for your support. And even if you didn't vote for me, your presence pushed me, and it makes me a better person and will continue to make me a better person. So Madam Mayor, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Mrs. Abuzawader?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Hard to start this. Just thrilled to be here. My husband alluded earlier, I was only given a 5% chance to live. And by the grace of God, I am here. And everyone said, your work is not done. And funny thing, in the hospital, I was in the hospital 33 days. Funny thing, I would sneak my iPad up under the covers so the doctor wouldn't see it. And he came in one day and caught me. And he said, no, that's good. You want to do some work? That means you're improving. That means you're getting well. So through all of that, you know, I'm just so thankful to be here. And everyone has been with me every step of the way. Every council member, every staff member. I can't tell you, every supporter, every citizen I know has been there. How are you? What can we do to make it better for you? Do we need to keep the plexiglass up? Things like that. It's been amazing. The support of this community is amazing. I hope you never have to feel it like I did being that ill, but just know this community is amazing. I first want to thank my husband. He's been the biggest supporter, the biggest campaigner. I think most everybody knows that. We won't go into any details. And my best friend, Jo, who is out in the audience, she has been with me every step of the way through all of my campaigns. I can't thank her enough. Everyone who is here, I've got members of the international community. I've got members from Crime Stoppers, Mark's Angel Foundation, you know, so many things, so many good things in this community. You know, with our small businesses are starting to do well. Even through the pandemic, we had things going for our community and our businesses. This city cares. This city staff cares. They want everyone to succeed. Sure, we've got bumps along the way. We've got things we need to do, but look at the things that have transpired over the last 10, 15 years. It didn't happen overnight, people. It takes a lot of planning. It takes a lot of development. It takes all of those things to keep us going and evolving. So, I mean, remember downtown, it was a ghost town in the 90s. Nobody wanted to get near it. Look at it now, vibrant. It's the heartbeat of the city. So what I'm going to leave with everyone here, thank you first for your support. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for getting me to the point where I am, and I'm almost back to normal now. But I want everyone to let's help keep this momentum going. You know, who was it, Hugh or someone mentioned, you know, if you didn't vote for me, well, if you didn't vote for me, that's okay. I'll still help you. I'll still help you get what you need. I had someone say one day, wow, you called me back and I told you I didn't vote for you. That's okay. My job is to help you anyway. So, you know, hopefully we can get over that part, but you know, it's just, wonderful. And my kids here, my kids have been a godsend. So thank you, boys. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
We often call Isa number 10. There are 9 of us here and he is usually number 10 because wherever Mary Kay is, he is not far behind. And believe you me, he makes his opinions known. They might not always agree with Mary Kay's, but good. Thank you. Thank you. And Mary Kay, we are all really pleased. I don't know if people realize that Mary Kay almost couldn't run for office. She was in the process of coming out of a coma. I hope it's okay to say that. And we needed to have a notarized statement received by the Board of Elections by Friday at noon. And I know that Isa and your sons were waiting for you to come out of this coma so she could get her papers notarized.
And the doctors had to agree that I was of sound mind. So
There might still be people who are.
some people may still wonder about that. But and the mayor did her best and everyone else pitched in as well. So thank
Well,
you.
the story that I heard was as she was coming out of anesthesia, Isa asked her if she wanted, he said, squeeze my hand if you want to run for city council. And he said she squeezed it 3 times. So we knew that she was on her way back. And that is a great story. And we're happy that you're here. Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. If I could sing like Lionel Richie, I would sing thanks for the time you've given me or allowed me to serve. Thanks for your phone calls, your support. Thanks for your ideas and your insight and your visions that you have for this city. Thanks for your complaints and your challenges, or just those calls that call and say, how you doing? You all right? Or thank you for voting to bring Toyota here, to bring Sonic here, to bring Second Harvest over Phillips Avenue. Thanks for all of those things. I'm passionate about getting to work on providing more affordable housing, all kinds of affordable housing we need. I want to continue our journey on recruiting great businesses that pay livable wages and in getting transportation to get folk to those places where they can work and make a decent living. I want to continue our work with workforce development, training people. When we get these great jobs, it's one thing to get them, but people who need jobs some need to be trained. We need to make sure that happens. I'm excited about Parks and Recreation and all that they have done, but especially the Windsor Chavis complex that's coming up. I want to see that be one of the things in Greensboro that's state of the art for that community. So I'm going to work hard on all of these things and many more, but I want to see a Greensboro that is much more peaceful than it is. Is Sequoia here? Sequoia, I'm going to work hard to make sure there's less violence in this city. I just want the citizens of Greensboro to know I've hugged about half of you. Tom Phillips won't let me hug him. He runs from me, but I get him anyway, don't I, Tom? But I just want the citizens of Greensboro to know I love you and ain't nothing you can do about it. And I'm going to work hard for you. And I'm going to treat you with dignity and respect and know when you call me, though I might not have the answer, I'm searching for an answer for you, and I do call you back. When we finish this evening, I'm gonna see you all over at the Carolina Theater on the 3rd floor. But there are people, my family has been absolutely magnificent. I lost my husband, it's been a year. And they check on me every day. Sometimes I call Vernon, that's my second son, and he goes, "What's wrong, Mama?" I said, "I'm just calling to say hello." But I want to thank them for loving me. I'm not the easiest person to love sometimes, but I thank you for loving me, for caring about me, because I certainly care about you. I thank my godchildren who are here, my friends, Eddie Cruz. I can call him about anything that his expertise has, and he'll let me know exactly what to do. For my friends, my drifter friends, and for my grandchildren, for my niece and nephew who just moved here from California. I'm recruiting to Greensboro. I'm on the move, and they love Greensboro. But my friend Eleanor, who calls me and just makes sure I'm all right. I love you and I thank you, and I am energetic and I am ready to work for 4 more years, as they said on that song, Manuel. I don't feel no ways tired. I've come too far from where I've started from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy, but I'm going to make it, and I'm going to make it for you. Thank you.
And I will close us out. I want to say thank you. I want to recognize all of the voters in the city who came out at a very odd time of the year that was mentioned earlier, an election in July. It was a hard fought election, and there were a lot of messages that I took away from it. You know, we were faced with an awful lot these last 4 years. We had a pandemic. I mean, I didn't even really know what a pandemic was before it hit us. It really changed the way that we are in the city. And it really, I think, brought out the best of what we have to offer. We had civil rights protests. We heard that message loud and clear. We had a lot of great things to celebrate, like Boom and Toyota, the opening of Tanger Center after 531 days. But we know that there are challenges ahead for us. There are things that we've worked on that we'll need to continue to work on. Public safety and housing, things that we all share. I want to thank the voters for passing those bonds. Those bonds will be so important for our future, especially the housing bond and the wonderful Parks and Recreation bond that will benefit the Greensboro Science Center and the Windsor Chavis Noco Park area. It will be an iconic building, one like nowhere else in the country. You know, people are now looking at Greensboro to see what it is that we're doing. It is nice that people look to see all the hard work that we've done. I appreciate this council and the past council. You know, we've worked well together. It was said earlier, we don't always agree. We can disagree, but not be disagreeable. We can end up on different sides of issues, but we can still remain friends. And I think that is what is so important and what has really made us unique. I want to thank my family who are here with me today for putting up with me. It had been, as we all know, it had been a difficult time. It was a hard election, and I appreciate all of you for the love and support that you gave me unconditionally and that you always give me unconditionally. I think being the mayor of Greensboro is the best job in the city. I love being out in different communities all the time, being able to talk to people, whether it's in the grocery store, a carpool line, in church, just walking down the street, hearing about the things that are important to them, hearing about their hopes and dreams and the issues that we have. I am humbled that people feel comfortable sharing those things with me, sharing them with our city council, because I think they know that we care and that we want to do what is absolutely best for this city. It is truly my honor to be your mayor. and I am humbled. I want you to know that. And it was a close race. There were lots of messages that were sent. And I know that that is going to even make us better in the next election. My grandchildren are here. We have 3 generations. And just to let you in on a little family, you know, when my children were trying to figure out, John and Michael, what they were going to call me, thankfully, my grandchildren have a lot of grandmothers. And so they came up with the name Mayor Ma. So I am probably the only Mayor Ma you have ever heard of. And it is, I appreciate the work that my family has done for me. I want you to all know how much I love you and how much you mean. And I know that sometimes it's difficult to share me with the rest of the city, but I think you do it because you know what it does for me. So for that, I want to thank you for allowing me to do this job as best as I possibly can. I was originally elected in 1997. I was on council for a few years. I went off, came back. I was mayor pro tem for a short time. And finally, this year was the first year that my daughter was able to vote for me. And that gave me such a thrill that after all of these years, that she was finally able to come out and vote in a city council election. And I certainly hope she voted for me. She was carrying around signs and buttons. So I'm assuming I got her vote. But I want to thank everybody who came out tonight. I want to thank all of our supporters for making us stronger human beings, for making us better people. And I know that we will serve you the best that we possibly can over the almost next 4 years. So thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing this special night with all of us. There will be a reception outside. Council members, before you leave, you must sign your oath. And we do it in ink, not in blood, but so we will, we just need to hang around for a few minutes, but everybody else, I'm going to see, do we have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
So moved.
All right, it was unanimously moved. And
Second.
go,
I want to see you over at the Carolina Theater after this.
Very good. So we do have a unanimous motion
too.
to adjourn, so that'll be the second as well. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.